Welcome back to part 9. Still doing the same kind of thing. I've just kept going from before. We're on the other side now. Same kind of thing. Bit of an initial clean up, and then but this side's coming up a lot easier and a lot quicker than the driver's side, so that's good. So I've been hard at it still for some considerable time. It's getting a bit tedious, but I've got to keep going, keep doing it, keep at it. I mean, it's getting there. It's getting better. Now we're down to bare steel pretty much everywhere. So yeah, keeping going. This place is like inside there. That has been a challenge to get to, and I still haven't got into those areas there. And yeah, there's plenty of acid gone into this. I mean, there's nothing left on there now. That's totally clean, and this has been weeks and weeks now, and there's no new rust forming on bare steel, so you've got to be quite impressed with this stuff. So I'll do a bit more. I'll do it in there because I don't like that. Okay, we've since now got into that area and cleaned it all up. Got all the rust out of that, so I'm a lot happier with that now. It's good. So now I'm just going to clean up all the residue, and I think we'll be ready to be the noisiest jet fighter in the bloody world. Anyway, so get the residue cleaned up, and we should be ready to give it some epoxy primer. I've taken the liberty of kind of covering the car up a bit and the rest of the workshop off, and a bit down that side as well. So over the bonnet, just to start things off. Just some gratuitous shots of all the effort, blood, sweat and tears and toil that I've been putting into this. Bloody fingers are killing me. I do feel though that on a car this age, doesn't matter what it is, I think you've got to get it back to this. Otherwise it's just not going to last. Anyway, at least in there looks a lot better than it was. Seems like every time I'm ready to think, okay, we'll give it the last rub down and then we'll give it the epoxy primer. Do I uncover more stuff? This is the beside the wing mount, I suppose. A load of rust under that sealant, and this sealant had gone super hard. It was like brittle. Again, there's brazing. You can see the weld, that's the factory stuff with nothing on it, and then there's all that sealant. So I'm going to have to pull this hinge off and then just lift the bonnet up this side, and I'm just going to do this whole section to start with first. and then I can do the rest of it. I've got this in zinc weld through primer ready for that panel to go in and be welded up. I've converted that into an access hole for wax oil and such products to go in, and I'll put a grommet in it afterwards. It's easier than messing about with what I was going to do. So yeah, every time I come to this, do I find something else? But under here, I've just wanged on a quick layer of just a quick bit of primer because I've taken off the acid now, so I need to get my finger out and go on with it. Okay, so we're giving that, I've taken that bracket off and the inner bracket. Who'd have thought that the bonnet bracket was bolted on with 3 6mm nuts? Anyway, so I've cleaned that bit up, and then I'm just going to do a bit on this bit here and that bit there. I might go into there just a bit as well and take a bit of that off. But this is rubber. This sealant here is like rubber sealant, and it had gone really hard. It's like solid. Anyway, it's got to be cleaned up. And the next stage of cleaning is always where these spot welds are, is where the trouble starts. So that's that. Then gone over these bits here, this here, and over the top of this, and the edges. So for now, I'm just going to give these a quick blast of dust off with some primer, just to keep them from rusting, till I can come back and prep this whole section properly and weld that in, and then epoxy prime it. So it's starting to look better across here now. A lot better than it was. You had to excuse the workshop. It's a bit of a mess. This is still December, just before Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to get this ready for Spring Alpha Day 2020. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe I should just bring it in whatever state it's currently in at the time. So I dug all that out in there, gave it a good clean up, and then just slap some aerosol primer on it. Obviously going to rub all that back down properly and then put the epoxy in, but it was bugging me, so I needed to do that. So this has been tacked in and sealed back up. I just put one little hole in it up there for putting some stuff in. Anti-rust stuff, wax oil type stuff. So that's that bit done. I'm just going to knock this all back and get it primed. I really want to get the engine bay finished now. This whole front end is dragging on and it's getting a bit depressing. So yeah, I've taken that clutch pipe out completely now, and obviously it emptied the entire contents of the cylinder all down the front of, you know, and soaked that spongy stuff. So I've been cleaning that up. It's taken ages to dry it out and clean it up. It's probably going to end up wanting a clutch master cylinder in it now. Luckily I've got one from the black one. This has been a quick catch up, only a short little 10-minute video. Hopefully part 10 is going to be the putting the epoxy primer on and things will start moving forward. I want to get this thing finished.